disclaimer. We are unqualified and unapologetic. We are not professionals. Just a couple with opinions and life experiences. Take what works. Leave what doesn't. Let's do this.
Sessions and lessons are scripted, the mics stay twisted, truths get lifted, hearts feel sifted, no script, just grip, raw thoughts drifted. Echoes in a chamber, my mind's unassisted, pages burn blank, every line resisted, skeletons in closets, dust gets evicted, break chains on the brain, no more conflicted, smoke from the past inhaled and I missed it, scars in my soul but the pain's encrypted, sipping on wisdom, the taste feels liquid, sessions and lessons are finally convicted.
Hey everybody, it's me, Joel, back in the saddle again. I'm sorry guys, we're trying to come up with some kind of intro. Is this good, or you give me a review?
It's not working for me. I'm
All right.
sorry if I'm being honest.
All right, that big fail. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in again. This is Joel, host of Sessions and Lessons Unscripted, and across from me is the wonderful
Gloria.
Yay, Gloria Rosario,
Hey,
everyone.
buddy, how's it going?
I hope everybody's doing well. Me, so. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you guys, I'll be 100% honest with you. It's been a crazy week. Kind of tired, mentally tired. Also, I'm not gonna lie. There's little things of doubt and just, what's the word I'm looking for? I think I told you, Gloria, what it was. Discouraged.
You're in a funk.
I wouldn't call it a funk,
Like
but
funk.
no, I'm a little discouraged, but I'm trying to keep my head above water, I guess. Of course, you tell me, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah.
Things will be better tomorrow.
Yes, there's always a tomorrow.
Always.
Yes.
Well, not always.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. There's not always guaranteed a tomorrow, but here we are right now. So what's going on, Gloria?
Nothing much, just holding out for dear life
Of course.
on this roller coaster.
Of love?
Yeah.
All right. So Gloria and I, as always, because we talk and have conversations, brought up an interesting one, and I want to say that it was me that kind of brought it up, right? Because we'll get more into it in the episode, but we were talking about allowing other people to take your joy away from you, or your peace, or your happiness, right?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, I would say more times than not.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time because sometimes I'm like really excited to tell people something and they're like, oh, it's not going to work.
Yeah, that, and I mean, there's other circumstances too. Like for me, it's like I allow people to just get in my head sometimes. Well, a lot of the times, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Grown ass man is still letting people like, but as I will say, as the older I get, the less I give a crap, right? So
Especially the more I've been in your life, I think that has changed a lot.
okay, so let me ask you this then. Compared to like when you met me and we were first together, how would you gauge my, I don't know what you would call it.
Well, I don't know. A lot of stuff has changed.
You've watched me matured
Matured.
and taught middle-agedness.
Yeah, I can't even say that. Middle-agedness sets us.
I don't even know if that's a word.
And it's probably not.
Well, I'm just gonna make up words.
That's what we do around here. Welcome.
Unscripted.
I honestly, you think that you're able to put your foot down a little more? Because there was a new sheriff in town. And I helped you along. So yes.
Now, for everyone listening, that doesn't mean that I take Glory everywhere and she fights my battles.
Absolutely not, but he should.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
It wouldn't.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, you see when I come home sometimes how I am, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if I try not to show it, but I like feel defeated or like just beat up, you know?
Well, I know when you're feeling a certain way. I'm your wife, dear. Even there's no words needed sometimes to say, how we're feeling.
Right.
So I see it. And sometimes it agitates me that you come home like that. Not because of you, but just because, I don't like to see you in that shape.
But see, at the same time, it's something that I could blame myself for, right? I gotta own it because I'm the one that allows it, right? Like if you're gonna live your life just like allowing people to just crush everything, like crush your happiness, your peace, your dreams, even. I mean, that's sure there's some accountability or blame to be put on the people that are doing it, but at the same time, you gotta kind of own it too. Like you're allowing it. You're not telling these guys to STFU or like whatever. You're allowing it to affect you, right?
Yeah.
So who's more guilty, them or you?
Equal, I would say.
I would almost want to say that I would be more guilty because I'm the one that should be in control, not them.
Yeah. I tell you this all the time, and I try to use this in my life as often as I can, especially, um, because I'm, emotional right now. Um, I think it's best that when you're in a situation where, people are always talking down to you or bullying you or picking on you or making you feel a certain type of way, um, it's not always easy to kind of get out of that loop.
Mhm. Well, yeah, we're always constantly get putting ourselves or uh in vicious cycles.
You know, what I try to do is kind of put it back on them.
Mhm.
If they say something negative about me, and I'm like, is that really necessary?
Mhm.
You're showing your intelligence right now, or you know what I mean, something like that,
Yeah.
because it bounces it back to them,
Is it like the whole rubber and glue? I'm like rubber, you're like glue.
something like that, but in a little bit more of a
Adult.
adult
Yeah.
type of way.
Like you're gonna catch these hands type of way.
But in a more professional way, or friendly,
Sure.
you know. But I don't know. I try to implement that all the time. Somebody will say something, out of pocket.
Mhm.
And it's like, really? That's all your intelligence will allow you to.
Yeah, but one of my issues is that I, k- I kind of show my intelligence or lack thereof. I stoop to people's level, I guess. That's one of the things I'm guilty of right
And you
now.
shouldn't.
See, that's the thing. Okay, let me explain this. So I'm not gonna name names or anything, of course, but okay, I'm in a group of people at work, and then they insult me. This is no secret. I've told people this before. I'm overweight. I'm a big dude. And of course, that's like the easiest thing to pick on, right? Because people just go for the low hanging fruits. So I just go along with it and I make it a joke because I like to be funny and uh, you know joke around. I like to make people laugh. I like to laugh, but it's like uh I don't know. It's to me, it's like in this instance, it's not. Sometimes I feel like it's not a big deal, and then sometimes I feel like this is not it, dude. Like you're I I know why I'm doing it, but it's not necessarily the right path to go.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it all, instead of feeling like unscathed or not caring, which I don't, but then it's like, why do I feel like crap
That's
after?
what I was going to say. Obviously, you do feel some sort of way about it because,
Right.
it bothers you. Even though you don't acknowledge it in that moment, it still bothers you.
Mhm.
I think sometimes when we allow people to discourage us, we miss out on potentials. Or, you know, example. This is going to sound so like dumb, but
Do it.
do it. So, way back when, I'm talking like, I don't know, a few years back, I was having a conversation with some people,
Mhm.
And we were talking about, I've always wanted to be a baker and have my own bakery or my own little shop,
Yeah, you had a little side business there for a minute.
Yeah, but for a while, well, even now, I still want like my little cafe where I can bake and, that's my long-term goal. Even if I'm there when I'm 90, but,
So if
whatever.
there's any investors out there, she's willing to open up a cake shop,
Not necessarily cake shop, but like,
cookie shop,
little pastries, little, coffee, little things.
Starbucks Junior.
No, no Starbucks. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this idea of making these little cakes.
Oh, I've heard.
You've heard this story.
Yes, this has happened to me. There's stuff like this. Anyway, continue.
So, and I was like, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna make like these little bundt cakes, right? And I'm gonna decorate them real cute, maybe with some flowers, have different flavors like pistachio and chocolate, and just, I want to get really creative with them. But I want to make them special so, people can either take the little bundt cakes or order a big bundt cake.
Uh-huh.
And because I like flowers, I wanted to incorporate flowers and, teas and all sorts of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And the people that I were with, too, the girls were like, that's stupid. That is such a dumb idea. Who's going to want to buy bundt cakes? Tell me why, in the year of our Lord, 2025, there is this place called bundt cakes. Or what is it? Nothing bundt cakes. Nothing bundt cakes. And what do they sell there? Miniature bundt cakes.
Yep.
With flowers. Everything that I wanted
The
to
idea that you had.
way before it was a thing here. And now they're not all over the place, but they're really popular.
But see, that is a very good example.
It is.
Because you had this idea and it made you excited. It was something you loved to do. And then you let these people steal it and just crush it. You let them let them kill it.
No, and that's the thing. And sometimes we let other people squish our dreams and just stomp them out.
Yep.
And
always
it takes your shine away. It takes like your, and every time I go to, I've been there a few times, I don't have nothing against them, whatever. They came up with the idea first. I mean, second, if you really want to be technical. But
someone's old royalties, if you're listening right now. Actually, speaking of, like, I old royalties by Taco Bell.
Why?
Because the Dorito taco thing, I thought about that before they released it.
Sweetheart, I think every drunk person has thought about that before at some point.
I was like eating Cool Ranch Doritos one day, and I'm like, dang, it'd be awesome if they did like taco shells out of this. And sure enough, they did it. They did it. They stole my idea.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, these are like little things, like the whole bundt cake thing. Every time I see a shop, that pops into my head.
Well, yeah.
And it doesn't mean that I can't do it my own way, but it's like.
That's absolutely right. Okay, so you allow these people to stomp out your idea and your dream, right? But it doesn't mean that's the end of it. I mean, you could continue on. If that's what you really want, then you're going to do it one way or the other by, you're just going to make it happen. But see, that goes back to what I was telling you. It's up to you.
Of course.
Right. So yeah, they did their part. They pissed all over your parade or whatever. But it's ultimately up to you to say, you know what? I don't care. All right, fine, whatever. They say they can say whatever.
It's crazy because their little like shops are set up how I would have set up my shop, and it just it's funny, but at the same time it's kind of like damn, But it's okay. There's more things to come in my future and stuff. That's one of the things I'm eventually working towards.
So if we have any investors listening right now,
give us your monies.
Give us the monies and we'll open a bakery. What would you do now since this bundt cake's already taken? You gotta be different.
I don't know. I don't want to say it because some jerk out there is probably no.
That's true.
No, TBA. It's TBA to be announced at some point. Yes.
I would do. Let's see. You have cakes already. You got that cookie place, which I'm not gonna name.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter if I do buns or cookies or pastries, because it's not every cake shop and every bake shop and every cookie shop is different. You know, you have people paying $60 for like a pack of 3 from Crumble cookies. You know what I mean? I think they're.
I don't even know what they cost, but
I've never been. The curiosity is
they want
there.
to sponsor us, then yes.
Curiosity is there, but you
I've
know,
never had one of their cookies. I hear they look just, they're too sweet.
I
They
don't
look
know.
sweet.
Uh,
But
I was
anyways,
just kind of intrigued by them, but kind of like I don't know. It doesn't look very appealing to me.
nah, me neither.
But what I'm trying to say is, okay, look at how many sushi restaurants there are.
They seem to be more and more popping up, isn't it?
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, think about how many coffee shops there are popping up all over the place. Now,
Oh, yeah.
not only Starbucks, now you have little mom and pop shops. You know, and just because coffee's being done doesn't mean that you can't do it your way, or
Nice.
that the bundt cakes, you can't do it your way because it's your way. Mine are not going to taste anything like bundt cakes. Like nothing but bundt cakes, right? Um And this is what I'm saying. There's enough room in the market for people to do like different things. I'm gonna do something different that's gonna make me stand out from that location. You know, coffee shops, you can do something to make it your own. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Just because people piss on your dreams or stomp on them doesn't mean that you can't make it happen. You know.
Right. Right. So it's up to you to make it happen, even though.
I mean, now that I'm having a lot more free time coming my way, it's something I can work toward. All right, you know, there's different ways of doing it. You know, we've talked about it in the past. Maybe possibly opening up like a little shop, not something huge to start with, but you know, something a little small.
All right.
Traveling or whatever. But anyways, this episode isn't about my baking failed dreams.
No, but I mean, it pertains to what we're talking about. I mean, it's like you're allowing other people to affect your life in that way.
But how many times do we do this on a daily basis?
Every day, almost.
And even look at this podcast, right? Okay. Some people are like, well, why are you doing it? There's so many different podcasts out there.
Right.
Why are you going to start another, you know, blog or whatever? Because I want to. Like, if you don't.
You know, and it's fun. And I mean, we were scared before, but the more we did it, I mean, I enjoy it and I think it's cool and whatever.
And see, what do I tell you all the time? I don't care if we have 1 listener or 1,000,000 listeners. It doesn't make a difference to me. I have fun with it. And it's something different, you know?
I'm going to admit something right now. And then all of you guys out there listening can hear this too, because, you know, we're all family here, right? So in the earlier parts of this podcast, excuse me, I had mentioned that I was feeling a little bit discouraged. That is one of the things that I'm kind of discouraged because we work on this podcast, and I mean, of course you want more listeners, and you know, the dumbest thing kind of triggered it, and I'm almost embarrassed to admit it, but I mean, here it is. Like, so on social media, you can kind of see some activity, like you could see who's who's stalking you,
Who's left the group,
who's left groups,
right?
and stuff like that. So there's been people that, and you know what? That's fine if you don't want to. Everyone out there has free will, right?
Right.
So like,
we might not be their cup of tea, and that's fine.
And that's fine.
You know, for every person that doesn't listen, there is a potential 2 or 3 other people that will listen.
Sure, and you know, it's fine if you want to leave a group or unsubscribe to something, or that's fine. You know, especially if it's not something you're into all the time. I get that. I get it. But then gets a little discouraging because you want listeners and you want people to hear you and you want this and that. And then it's like, oh, you know, it's almost like rejection, right? Like, I don't want this, which is, I guess it's kind of normal, but
see, here's my thing.
And that kind of steals your joy too.
But you look at, and I'm not saying that this podcast is going to blow up and we're going to have like 1,000,000, which would be awesome if we did.
Yes, so anybody listening sponsored your
subscribe. No, but in all seriousness, To me, that doesn't matter because for one, it's giving you and me something to bond over, right?
More bonded already.
Well, we communicate more.
Oh, yeah.
We've always been good communicators.
Well, we got all our stuff out too. Like, not like airing dirty laundry, but.
Oh, no, we're not perfect. We have our flaws. I have my flaws.
Well, I am really close. Like right there. It just keeps getting snatched away from me.
No, but the point that I'm trying to make is like, who cares? You know, and I've said this so many times in the past, and privately when we're talking or when I'm talking to family members about the podcast or friends or whatever. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, if I would have been sitting with my husband in a room that we basically converted into a studio, I would have been like, what are you talking about? Me, married, podcast, what? No. And the funny thing is that growing up, I wanted to be a radio DJ.
So did I at one point.
But again, you get discouraged by people and it's like, oh, I guess you're right. And now it doesn't make a difference. It's like, I have a lot of support from family and friends and people who do listen.
Thank you, by the way.
Yes, we appreciate all two of you.
Both of you.
Of both of you. Regardless of the numbers, we appreciate you. But I guess where I'm trying to get to, like, the point in babbling at this point is, who cares? If other people don't, believe in what you're doing, do it for yourself, And you might find out that you're actually pretty good at it. I didn't want to do podcasting. I was like, man, what are we going to talk about? I stumble a lot with my words. If I'm overexcited, I mispronounce words. And this is who I am. It's my personality. It's who I am,
You do just fine.
But it's like, who cares? Who's going to listen to you is going to find you. We will find our audience eventually, and it is what it is. If anything, all this podcasting and all this, stereo time that we're putting in with editing and, coming up with ideas and, music and mixing the music and all that stuff comes to nothing, it's okay because I enjoy it and I enjoy this time with you. Again, you have to appreciate every single moment and every single thing that you do. Because if not, what type of life are you living?
That is true. Like, what type of life are you living? That's a very good question.
Right. What type of life are you living? Are you living for other people or are you living for yourself?
Which we do constantly. At least I'm going to admit that.
I am so guilty of that. There are so many times that I wish for things to be different, but it's like, what am I doing to make it different? If I'm just with my regular patterns, I am very, very, very adamant about keeping, my routines, which is a good thing, but it's a bad thing too, because once I'm out of my routine and my comfort zone, I don't know what to do and I'm lost.
Well, still water becomes stagnant.
Of course.
You got to keep moving.
Right. And you got to grow and you have to expand your horizons. And, the older I've gotten, the more comfortable I am being myself. Whether I'm in a bitchy mood, whether I'm happy, whether I'm mad. Those are my 3 moods,
It's, I don't even know why this popped into my head. So I took Gloria out on a date yesterday. Had a very nice time. Took her to a movie, whatever. And then the weirdest thing happened. People out there know, like, my mental issues, all that stuff. One being the body dysmorphia thing with the mirror. I had mentioned this before where I look into a mirror and I totally don't see myself.
Right.
Others see me.
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time yesterday, I think, when I went to the restroom, after I washed my hands and everything, I looked in the mirror and it was kind of weird. I can't describe it. I don't want to say epiphany because it wasn't an epiphany, but I looked at myself because, as I mentioned, I'm a big dude, right? And I've struggled with weight issues most of my life.
But the point is you're working to make it change.
Right. So I spoke to a doctor or my doctor, and he came up with a plan and this and that. Now I'm not, I'm not perfect by any means, but it's been working. And I've lost, what was it, 3 pant sizes already.
Which is great.
And, yeah, whatever. Anyways, I was looking in the mirror and it was like, uh, it's actually working, right? And I don't even know why I'm bringing this up.
No, but it ties in. And let me tell you why. Because sometimes we let our physical characteristics detour us.
And what people say about
And what people say about them detour us from what our goals are, what our potentials are, what our dreams are. You know? So yeah, it ties in, you know? By the way, you are looking good. Let me tell you. I was like, you have been losing weight.
Yeah, I put an outfit on the other day and oh my gosh, I felt like I was swimming in it.
Yeah. And even, because I was trying to look all cute yesterday
Oh,
for a little
you
date.
look very cute.
I did. I felt myself yesterday.
Oh, she's told you this. She was looking good.
But there was this dress that when I bought it, it didn't fit me right. It fit me kind of like tight. And I tried it on yesterday because it's a dress that I've been looking for like a special occasion to wear.
Mhm.
And it fits me loose in
Yeah, I
snipers.
noticed.
Even the dress that I wore yesterday fit me looser than it has in the past.
Yeah.
And that gives me like a little bit of confidence, like, hey, not
Right.
not to say that I'm bad looking or that you're bad looking, but it gives you like a little like incentive, like it pushes you forward to like, oh, okay.
But then here comes Joel, like, and allowing people to say that, like, guaranteed tomorrow morning I go to work and I'm going to be insulted. And then I'm going to take a hit.
But you shouldn't, because you need to go back in your head to the bathroom when you were looking in the mirror and you saw the changes in yourself. So what they're saying isn't true. Like it might be true, but it's not true. It doesn't define you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it takes you out of character, just remember that you are doing this for yourself and not for them. There's 3 F's that I talk about. I'm not going to talk about the first F. I'm sure you guys can figure it out.
Is it 4 letters, 1 word?
Yes. If you're not feeding, financing me, or
Yeah, the other F word.
effing me, your opinion doesn't matter to me.
That or you. I mean, what were we talking about the other day? Like, because people will make comments about work, right, or lack thereof, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the last time I checked, your name's not on my bill.
It's not. You're irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
If you're not giving me money to, do my nails or to pay my bills or to feed me or anything else, I don't care. I really do not care. And when you take on that personality, I always tell myself 3 F's, 3 F's, 3 F's. And it's like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Because most of the people that are talking down to you and trying to detour you from, whatever it is that is your dream or your goal, whether it's losing weight, whether it's opening a business, whether it's anything, when you have people talking down or trying to talk you out of it or tell you why it's not going to work or why it sucks, they're not people that you want to have in your life.
This is true. And you want to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Like-minded people.
But it's hard, right? Because like with me, I have to see these people, or you have to see certain people.
And again, which of the 3 F's are they doing for you? None. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. And the more you have that mentality, the more confidence you get.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm perfect and I don't get down because people tell me things or I don't get discouraged because I do.
It's normal, I
It's
think. It's just
normal.
human stuff.
It's just you be human and that's good. But if you let it get to the point where it's dragging you down and really stopping you from doing the things that you're meant to do, you don't need those people in your life.
Right.
Because a lot of the people that are telling you, "Oh, that business isn't gonna work. Oh, you don't look like you've lost weight." Anything to that effect, what are they doing with themselves? Like, what gives them the authority of
And
judging you? Like,
and sometimes it's them projecting. So there's a lack of something in them, and then they want to throw it on you.
right. They see your motivation, whether they do it consciously or unconsciously.
Right.
They're trying to derail you, but why? I've always been a type of person that if you're good to me, I will show you.
Oh, for sure. If you,
I will show you that I love you.
I will give you back what you put out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're telling me that my dreams suck and that I'm stupid and that this is stupid and you're not losing weight, or why try, or you're not gonna get that job, you're not good enough for this.
Right.
Why are you even talking to me? You're against me. And I say this all the time. Sometimes it's the people within your circle that are actually holding you back.
The worst ones, yeah.
The worst ones. And that sucks. And it's a lot easier said than done, but move on. You don't need those type of people in your life.
No.
You really don't. Look at how many things, if you think back on your life, babe, I'm talking to you. How many times have you, like, not done something because somebody, like, said, that's stupid?
All the time. I couldn't even tell you. There's so many.
I've lost count of how many things, the bakery, other business ideas that I've had, or whatever it is. Even, it's funny because when I did have my little cooking business, I had a lot of people telling me, like, why? That is, like, so demeaning. Like, why are you gonna go into somebody's house and cook? You're like a maid. No, I'm not.
Right.
I was like, there's a difference between being a maid and a cook. Not that anything is wrong with being a maid. If you enjoy cleaning and that's your business and that's how you make your livelihood, great. It doesn't matter as long as you're not out there killing people or stealing people's monies and all that scammer. It doesn't matter. Any job is an honorable job, right? Whether it's your business or whether you're working as a housekeeper. And I'd hear that a lot, like, "Oh, you're like a maid, how demeaning," but it's like, yeah, you do realize that, I had, like, 2 clients, and with those 2 clients, I was able to pay all of my bills, pay off some of my bills, and still have money left over to do whatever I had play money, and it's like, that's just 2 clients, and that's all that I wanted. I could have had more and potentially made more money with it.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, it's okay. You can laugh at me for doing what I'm doing, but you have no idea how good it is. How much I'm getting paid and how much I enjoy cooking and how much I enjoy interacting with people that love food and that know about food, you know? And it's like, who cares? You know? Do what makes you happy. And if cleaning makes you happy, do that. If cooking makes you happy, do that. If podcasting is your thing, what am I gonna say? Do that. You know, screw what everyone else says, because at the end of the day, and at the end of your life, the only person that you have to please is yourself.
Right. Very true.
So that's my little spiel. Screw everybody else.
Yeah, but like I mentioned before, it's it's ultimately up to you, right?
Of course.
So it's really up to you. And I mean, like I said, like we touched on it before, you gotta own it. So uh, you know, no one can make you depressed or make you, not do anything, right? I mean,
Right.
it's up to you. If someone says, you know, you can't you can't be a good musician, uh and then if you take it and be like, okay, he's right or she's right, I won't be ever a good musician. That's who yeah, they planted the seed, but you just stomped the hell out of it. Like
You finished it off.
yeah, you finished it off.
Right.
So I mean, you gotta own it. Like If they say you can't do this, you gotta be like, I can do this, and who are you to tell me otherwise? You know, like you touched on before, that's exactly what you gotta do. And then, of course, you brought up another good point about surrounding yourself with the right people, which, and I'll be kind of honest about this one. That's kind of, to me, that's a little bit of a challenging one because there's going to be people you interact with every day. And then, me personally, right now, I don't have many like outside friends. Like, I don't really hang out with people and I don't.
No, but I'm sorry to cut you off. You may not have people that you consider friends or whatever.
That I hang out with or whatever.
Right. But you have a family now that is backing you up 130% on whatever it is that you're doing. And that's something that you have to like kind of celebrate. You know,
Well, no, for sure. I'm grateful for that, for sure. I mean, I'm just saying I'm not very social. I don't have people that I hang out with and go do stuff with. And I mean, pretty much Gloria. That's.
that's not true. You know that you can reach out to my brothers,
Oh, I know for sure, but I mean,
my
they got their
sisters.
lives.
It doesn't matter. You know, you should be able, and you can, because I do it all the time. I don't care what my brother's doing. I'll call him in the middle of the day and be like, "So, what's up? What are you doing? Want to talk?" You know, but that's what having people in your corner is. You know, they might not be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, but you know that if you really need them, you can count on them.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know,
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm not saying anything about that.
No.
I get that.
right. But just remember that when you're feeling like crap and you feel like you don't have anybody in your corner,
Which is a lot.
no, remember you have an awesome wife at home that is
I
batting
do.
for you.
Man, that's one of my top things during the day. Man, I get to go home to wifey, and then she's like one of my most favorite people ever. I love coming home.
And then he comes home and I'm living down that shit.
She's a
all over the place. That's a lie. You know it.
You know another thing that I was thinking of, that I'm a sucker, right?
Yes.
I'm a sucker because I fall for it every time, right? I fall into it. That's like, whose fault is that? It's like, you can't, that's another thing you gotta like not allow people to do to you.
Nope.
They constantly freaking reel you in and you fall for it.
And you know why? Because they know what buttons to push and they know how to get in your head.
That's true.
And that makes them feel better. While you're feeling like crap about whatever whatever it is that they said,
Right.
you know, you're over here feeling bad about yourself and they're moving on with their day, you know, because they know that they got under your skin.
Yeah, they drop the bomb and then they walk away. That's crazy. But it's like, it's true, man. It's like people just constantly, like me, and I even made this statement before. I set myself up for that one, right? So like encouraging, saying stuff that encourages that behavior and all of that stuff. It's like, whose fault is that? I gotta say it's my fault. You know what I mean?
I mean, take personal responsibility where it's due, but also be good to yourself and remember to be kind to yourself, because the thing about being in abusive relationships and abusive friendships and in abusive, I guess, family settings is that we kind of condition ourselves, and we've been conditioned to accept it as a normal occurrence on a daily basis.
Yep.
No, you know,
We just accept it.
you just accept it because that's what you're conditioned to do. And it's like, no, we need to break that cycle. I'm learning. I'm still learning.
Oh, for sure. I'm guilty.
You know, and I'm going to keep learning for the rest of my life on how to set boundaries because, you know, things change on a daily basis. So do the circumstances and friendships and all of that.
Yeah.
But just remember, be kind to yourself. You know, talk to yourself like you would talk to me. I'm not talking to you guys out there. I'm talking about Joel. But, you know, the things that you say to yourself, would you ever say those things to me? Exactly. So why would you say those things like to yourself? You know?
All right.
So I don't know. Like I said, I get down on myself and, I'm like, man, I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't want to do it. But it's like, look at how many things I've accomplished because I've crossed that threshold of letting what people think about me or whatever they think, again, is what? None of my business.
Right.
Move on.
And don't think that you can change them or make them feel otherwise.
No.
That's another thing I think we were guilty of. Like they're gonna change all of a sudden.
No.
If they're gonna be a jerk, they're gonna be a jerk.
And
you're
especially,
too old for that game anyway. Like I'm not. See, like I'm not.
it's not
Who
your
am I? Yeah,
responsibility.
exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Right.
It's not my responsibility to make sure you act like a proper adult. It's not my responsibility to make sure you don't say dumb stuff. That's not my job. I gotta worry about me, not you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's just everybody's different and everybody's,
Different, but we all suffer through the same things.
whether we admit it or not,
Right.
and you are responsible for setting your own limitations.
And it's your life.
It is.
Yeah.
And you control who's in your life and who's not in your life and, all of that. You control that. Yes, you're going to feel lonely once you cut that negative, energy out of your life. Yes, you're going to feel lost and alone and confused.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only temporary. As you fill those things with other things that fulfill you, you kind of forget about the crap from the past.
Yep.
But you have to be open to accepting new things. And sometimes accepting new things is letting other stuff from the past go.
Yeah, you gotta unload that stuff first.
Right. Because otherwise it's just going to keep weighing you down.
No room.
Nope. No room.
No room in the end.
Nope.
All right, you guys. That was a good conversation.
Yes, it was.
Very you did a good job, Gloria Rosario.
Thank
As
you,
always.
Mr. Rosario. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about it, so feel free to engage on all of our platforms. Don't forget to visit the website, sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com, the blog and podcast site. We also have an email that you can send us things, whatever you have, suggestions or jokes or comments or critiques, anything. sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. And of course, don't forget the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever. And make sure you guys share with friends or family, anybody who listens to podcasts or would be interested in something like this, even if we're just in the background while you're cleaning your toilet.
What a proper analogy.
Or folding your laundry, doing the chores you don't like to do. And that's cool. We truly appreciate you guys, the guys who are listening. And yeah, please spread the word. So that's it for this one. Gloria, do you have anything to add?
Please subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like-
Is that what the influencers always do?
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe. Hit the notify bell, whatever that they say.
Well, we're available. I can't even speak anymore. We are available wherever other podcasts are available for download and streaming. But please join us on Spotify and
Yes, Spotify,
Yeah.
Buzzsprout, iHeartRadio, YouTube.
the major ones. We're available all over the place, but
Who else? Trying to think.
it doesn't matter. Just subscribe.
Wherever all your podcast needs are. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Love you. Be kind to yourselves, to others. Let's make this world a better place.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sessions and lessons are scripted.